We've made it to Wednesday. Day 3, our question this week is, why do some entrances have ramps? We've talked about 6 types of simple machines, and we use simple machines to help us do work. And that's the amount of force required to move things over a distance. Yesterday, you had to, and I'll pull it back up. You talked about who would do more work if you were going up a ramp or stairs. Well, if it's the same distance, it would require the same amount of work. Well, today we're still talking about inclined planes, and they reduce the amount of force you have to use to do something, but there's a trade-off. When you use less force to do work, you have to increase the distance. If you lift a heavy box to a shelf 5 feet in the air, the distance is 5 feet. If you push a box up a 10-foot ramp to the shelf, the distance then is 10 feet, even though you're only going up 5 feet because the box is going to be in the same place. But when you push the box up the ramp, you're using less force over a longer distance. The force you exert is smaller. It's going to make it easier to slide this up the inclined plane, even though it's 10 feet, than it would be to lift this box straight off of the ground and put it there. You're doing less work. So on A, you had to read the sentences, answer the questions by clicking inside the yellow box and typing in the answer. Marco lifts his bowling ball up to a shelf that is 3 feet high. His sister Maria uses an inclined plane that is 5 feet long to roll her bowling ball up to the same shelf. Who used more force? Well, Marco had to use more force because he is lifting that bowling ball and putting it directly on the shelf. Who moved the ball a longer distance? That would be Maria. Marco went 3 feet. Maria went 5 feet. But they went to the same shelf, but it took Maria 5 feet on that inclined plane. On B, look at the 2 inclined planes. Click and drag the check mark next to the one that requires more force to move things up. Well, you should have put the check mark in this very first one. And you had to explain why you picked that one. Well, you will have to use more force on this first inclined plane because the ramp is shorter and it's steeper. When you elongate or make that ramp longer and not have as big, as steep an angle on it, then it's going to make it easier. It's going to require less force to move it up. If you have any questions, this concludes day 3. Please let me know, make comments, and I'll get right back to you. Have an awesome Wednesday.